Gupta.
Yes, sir.
Raj Gupta, now I will ask some questions which I have not asked you earlier there. You are a commerce graduate and you are also an economics graduate.
Yes, sir.
Can you please tell me what do you understand by inflation?
Sir, inflation is a situation in which the general price level of the commodity rises. At the same time, the purchasing power of our currency is decreasing. The situation is called inflation.
So what is the position in which our economy is placed?
In which context, sir?
In the context of, say, inflation.
Sir, in March month, inflation level is within the tolerance level of RBI. I guess it is 5.66% in April itself, sir. So as far as the RBI mandate has given that inflation should be in the band of 4% plus minus 2% on either side, it is within the safe limit. But yes, the more RBI will do to make it below to slide below further, sir.
Okay, what is the situation of our automobile industry in our country in comparison to other countries? How it is facing?
Sir, that I'm not very sure of, sir, but if you allow, I could give a guess answer, sir. I can guess. Can I guess, sir?
Yeah.
Sir, automobile sector, I guess, sir, he's doing relatively better than the COVID period right now, sir. In the Western country or developed country, I would say, they are facing, sir, inflationary pressure on the whole West or Europe, I would say. And the sir, due to inflation, that's the purchasing power of their or them, the public of theirs, is decreasing, sir. So I think there is a slowdown in the automobile sector of the developing world, sir.
Now, you have not answered my question. My question was, in what position is India in terms of number in relation to other countries? Whether we are standing on the first place or second place, what is the place?
Sir, I guess India stands at a 4th place, I guess, sir.
Good. Very good. Excellent.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very good. I'm extremely happy. I thought you are not going to tell this and you came out with the correct answer. Super.
No, sir, as I told you, as I discussed with you, sir, because of geopolitics classes, I got to know the ranking, sir.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Excellent. You have prepared for that very nicely. So I am happy. Good. So what is the position? That is automobile industry is having the 4th place.
Yes.
So in what about telecommunication industry?
About ranking, sir?
Yeah, ranking. Ranking.
Sorry, sir, that I'm not aware of.
It is second. It is all coming under economics interview questions answers.
Okay, sir. I am noting down, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Now you told about inflation. Can you please tell me what is a recession?
Sir, in any book, sir, there is no definite answer, but in generally by the economist or the prominent personalities of that relevant field, sir, it is perceived that if our economic is showing a negative growth in the successive 2 quarters, it is deemed to be believed that the country is in recession.
In country is supposed to be in a recession. This question, I think you may not be able to. What is economics? Tell me.
Sir,
basic question. Economics. What is economics?
Okay, sir. Sir, economics is a subject that tries to resolve the needs of the citizens of their country in the best possible manner with their available resources in that present time.
Can anyone give me a better answer for this? Soumya, what is economics? Soumya,
Yes, sir.
what is economics?
So basically, it is like how we use the resources of our country to produce the goods in the best possible manner, sir. And so this is economics, sir.
That's what you say. Very good. But the correct definition goes like this. You can choose the best out of this, Raj Gupta. Economics is the study of production, consumption, distribution, and exchange of goods and services in society.
Okay, sir.
Economics is the study of production, consumption, distribution, and exchange of goods and services in society. It is also about how individuals, businesses, and governments make decisions that affect these factors. Economics is closely related to business, finance, and accounting because they all involve money. For example, I worked as an accountant for 5 years before moving into my current role as an economist, whatever it is. That is not relevant for us. So, but this definition is good. Can you try again, Raj Gupta? What is economics?
I'm sorry, sir, but I'm not able to recall the first one, sir.
Now, Soumya,
Properly.
can you try now? I read it twice. No? I read
Yes,
it
sir,
twice.
you read it. Yes, sir. That was my part of mistake, sir.
Yeah. Soumya, can you try it out?
Yes, sir.
Economics.
So economics, yes, sir. Economics, sir, deals with the production, distribution, and consumption of wealth, sir. And sir, how we use the resources properly. And
Good. That's
sir,
right. That is correct. You covered it, but you omitted the word exchange of goods and services in society. Doesn't matter. You did it well. Economics is the study of production, consumption, distribution, and exchange of goods and services in society. Okay, that much will do. And it also deals about individuals, businesses, governments, how they make decisions. For example, will people go on purchasing houses at a stage when the interest rate on bank loans is rising? The answer is no. They will not be buying houses because their liability will getting increased step by step. So when the price of goods comes down, automatically people will buy more goods. Understand? So this is economics.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Now let me try this question with our Soumya. Can you explain the difference between microeconomics and macroeconomics? Soumya,
yes.
can you explain the difference between microeconomics and macroeconomics? And incidentally, we have with us Mr. Akshay Mogan. Akshay Mogan, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Akshay Mogan. Yeah, Akshay Mogan. I will give you the recording of such classes done by us. I think I have been doing it right from July, but in different dates. Most of this one was started in April. I will send you the latest ones. You can listen to them also. To some extent, there may be repetition of ideas. However, you will learn from each and every video. You will learn. For example, in this particular thing, I am trying to cover more of economics and all because Rajat Guptan was making reference about it during his interview. He had a mock interview with me. He did it well. So that is why. Akshay Mogan, what is the degree you are doing, please?
Mechanical engineering.
You are doing,
And currently doing the pursuing my MBA.
that's right. Now you are doing MBA in HR and operations, na?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can you tell us what is operations?
Sir, operations is the study in which uh, the day-to-day functions of an organization is handled efficiently and smoothly.
Acha. Do you study about economics also in this or not?
Yes, there is some kind of economics being studied over there.
What are the topics you study under that?
Actually, sir, it's all about how we can produce goods at a really low cost and sell it at a really affordable price. I mean, yeah, basically that like a really little part. I mean, when it also comes to logistics, like how how we will be able to make profit by not spending too much amount of money, like spending as little money as possible.
Talking about economics, talking about money, today's news, can anyone tell me if you have been watching your television or newspapers, what is the important news regarding the amount, huge amount being involved, being given as a gift? I am giving you all the clues. Can anyone tell me what is the news about right today? That is the news. And you people don't watch my videos.
Sir, I can tell.
Yeah, tell.
Sir, Mr. Mukesh Ambani has gifted a house of worth, I guess, 1,500 crore to one of his employee.
Good. Excellent.
Thank you, sir.
I think I have posted a video. The amount is 1,500 or 1,150. I'm not sure about it. What did I say in that?
So that I also need to check, sir.
I think I posted a short
Yes,
one.
sir. Yes, sir. You have posted.
1,500 crores, sir.
1,500 crore. Correct. 1,500
Yes.
crore. So this
Fortunately,
is
I'm right, sir.
Yeah. Correct. Good. Very good. Now,
Thank you.
operations, Mohan. Operations, Mohan.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What are the important operations that are involved in an economy? No, don't worry. Don't worry at this stage. This is today the first day. Just I am casually asking you. Don't worry. You will try to think from such angles for different questions. So whatever, anything can be asked as a question and we must be able to answer them effectively. Okay.
Okay, sir.
I'm not testing you now. I will go to Soumya. Soumya, please tell me what is the difference between microeconomics and macroeconomics?
Sir, in microeconomics, we basically study about individuals' spendings, but in macroeconomics, we study economic as a whole. In microeconomics, we study about household expenditure, individual expenditure, but in macroeconomics, we usually study about the national income. Sir, in microeconomics, sir, there is, yes, sir, I am able to recall this much, sir.
Yeah, now Rajgupta, tell me what is microeconomics? What is macroeconomics?
Sir, microeconomics and macroeconomics both are the branches of economics. Sir, in microeconomics, we deal with a person as an individual level, whereas in the macroeconomics, we deal with the issues that is of national level, like banking, unemployment, like these, sir. Sir, microeconomics is a price theory concept, whereas in macroeconomics, that I need to check, sir, on which theory it is that. So the example of microeconomics is that we deal with a person as an individual level, such as a consumer, a single producer, a production unit, or a company. And in the macro segment, sir, we deal with the situations like unemployment, GDP growth, national growth, And sir, some of them are like national incomes also, sir.
Okay, not bad. Can anyone improve on this answer, though you are not economic student? Sweta and others, those who are not commerce, students, but still, can you come out with answer? Vinish, can you come out with a better answer for this? The Rajat Gupta has covered the macroeconomics portion of it correctly, but microeconomics portion has not been covered correctly. Sweta, can you add some light on this? No.
So, in microeconomics, it studies the economics at an individual or a company organizational level
Mm,
economics.
mm,
So it will be like bottom-up approach,
mm.
and in other, it will deal with the national level or world economy.
Good,
Macro.
not bad, slightly improved. But let me tell you what has been correctly given. Please note it, all of you.
Sure.
Microeconomics focuses on individual markets.
Okay.
Individual market means gold market, then
Okay.
cement market, then automobile market, then food industry, food market, like that, such as the market for coffee or cars. Samajh gaya?
Yes, sir.
But most of us, what we were telling, it is as if it is discussing about individual consumption. No, no, no.
Okay, sir.
Microeconomics is not studying about what Rajat Gupta is consuming, what Soumya is consuming. No, no, no.
Okay, sir.
Microeconomics focuses on individual market, such as
Okay.
the market for coffee or cars or televisions or cell phones. Right, yesterday I read a report in newspaper that smartphone market was coming down in India. That is microeconomics. Smartphone market was coming down in India. But at the same time, suddenly there was one more news that there is more demand from other countries. So it may be more production may take place in respect to that one. That is microeconomics. Macroeconomics looks at the economy as a whole, WHOLE, including factors like unemployment rates, inflation rates.
Okay, sir.
Microeconomics helps us understand how individuals make decisions in relation to supply and demand, while macroeconomics helps us understand how those decisions affect the entire economy. Soumya, Rajat, are you clear about this?
Yes, sir. Now we are
Yes,
clear.
sir.
Yeah, very good. Next question, our Rajat. What are some of the common economic indicators used for measuring the health of an economy?
Sir, some of the indicators are like economic growth of a nation, unemployment rate, so inflation rates, purchasing, I should not say, inflation rate, unemployment rate, economic growth, and I would say, sir, literacy rate, and sir, mortality rates, something like this, sir.
What about Soumya? What are the measures
Yes.
used? Yeah.
The measures which we use is, sir, to know the economic growth is, sir, like what is the economy is performing. It is in, sir, we measure the GDP. We see the GDP of the economy. Sir, what is the employment level in the economy? Sir, about the business cycle means how businesses are performing in the economy. And sir, about the price stability. This type of things that we see while measuring the health of the economy. Sir.
Good. Your answers will be taken. They are not wrong, but let me tell you what has been given here. Both of you told nicely, no problem. There are many common economic indicators that measure the health of an economy, including gross domestic product,
Okay, sir.
unemployment rate,
Okay, sir.
consumer price index, personal consumption expenditures, and industrial production. Please note it. Sweta, please note it. GDP, unemployment rate, consumer price index, personal consumption expenditures, and industrial production. These indicators provide insight into the financial well-being of a country's citizens and businesses by measuring factors like inflation, employment rates, and spending habits. Same point repeated differently. That's all. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Rajat, you told nicely. Good.
Thank you, sir.
Can you give me an example of a leading and lagging indicator? Can you give me an example of a leading and lagging indicator? All that we are discussing is about economy.
Sir, one of that is industrial. Sir, IIP, the expansion is lagging at. Sir, IIP that indicates the industrial production movement. Sir, if it is 50, it is static. If less than 50, there is a contraction in the industrial sector. And if it is more than 50, there is an expansion in the industrial sector, sir.
Yeah. This question, I'm just reading out. This question is a great way to test your knowledge of economic indicators. Leading
Okay,
and
sir.
lagging indicators are important for economists to understand because they help them predict future trends in the economy. When
Okay, sir.
answering this question, it can be helpful to give an example of each type of indicator. Now I am
Okay, sir.
giving the answer. A leading indicator predicts what is going to happen in the economy before
Okay, sir.
it actually happens. Prediction. Leading
Okay, sir.
indicator ka matlab prediction, like Josiah, astrologer.
Okay, sir.
Astrologer though he does some based on something else, but economist studies economy and says, for example, many times the retired governors of Reserve Bank say our economy is doing very well. It will go very nicely. It will not come down. Something like
Yes,
that.
sir.
Then
Okay, sir.
again repeat. A leading indicator predicts what is going to happen in the economy before it actually happens. For
Okay, sir.
instance, if a consumer confidence is high, that means people feel good about their financial situation and may spend more money.
Okay,
This
sir.
leads to increased sales at businesses, which then leads to job growth. A lagging indicator is something that occurs after the event has already happened. If there is a recession, unemployment will rise as people lose their jobs. It's a good question.
Okay,
Very
sir.
good question.
Yes, sir,
Next.
definitely.
Next, Soumya. Soumya ji, are you there?
Yes, sir.
What do you
Yes,
understand?
sir.
What do you understand about laws of supply and demand?
The loss of supply or demand. Sir, by loss of supply or demand, we can say, sir, it is a type of, sir, dead weight loss, sir, and then the market is not in equilibrium. Sir, which led to, sir, market means we can lead to the market inefficiencies, sir, where the goods within the market are either overvalued or undervalued, sir. Means that they are not in equilibrium, sir. That's I would say, please.
Maybe your answer is not fully correct. Rajat?
Sir, law of demand and supply. Sir, first law of demand. So law of demand tell us that there is a inverse relationship between the demand and the price of the commodity. For example, sir, higher is the price of the goods and lower is the demand. Sir, on the supply side, there is a positive relation between the supply and the goods. So as an angle, from the angle of a producer, the higher the price of the commodity, higher he wants to sell his products, sir. So there is a positive relation and negative relation, sir.
Okay. Supply and demand are two sides of the same coin.
Yes, sir.
So I think it is important to consider them together when making
Okay.
decisions about supply and demand in the market.
Okay, sir.
For example, if there is a high level of demand for a product, but
Okay, sir.
low supply, then the price will increase. You should tell this way, but you
Okay,
told
sir.
the opposite. You tell this way, if there is a high level of demand for a product, but low supply, the price will increase. If there is a high level of supply with low demand, then the price will decrease. These laws help me make informed decisions about pricing and production. Look, I don't know in which state it happened recently. Farmers threw the capsicum on the road. Which state was it?
Sir, I think it's Punjab, Ludhiana.
Sir, it was-
Punjab, na?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Why it is happening like this? Because the supply has increased. Production is more, supply has increased. That much demand is not there. There is no possibility for it being stored also, saved also. For example, preserved also. इसलिए उसको जरूर बिक्री करना ही पड़ेगा.
Yes, sir.
इसलिए वो करने नहीं पाते हैं. लोग कितना रुपया में मांगते हैं? 1 रुपया किलो में मांगते हैं, जिसको खर्चा होता है कम से कम 5 रुपया 6 रुपया होता है बनाने के लिए. लेकिन लोग जब मांग, सॉरी आई एम टॉकिंग हिंदी, आई एम सॉरी, पीपल आर आस्किंग फॉर 1 rupee per kilo, whereas it takes 5 to 6 rupees for making of the capsicum. So they feel bad and they put it on the road. Same thing happens in the case of tomatoes. When tomatoes
sir.
grow more, they
Yes,
throw
sir.
it on the road. Then what is that? Onion. Onion is the best example. When demand rises, the price goes above 100 rupees, 140.
Yeah, right, sir.
That is it. Good. Very nice. Next question. Who should answer now? Is it Sweta or yourself? Who is the next person? Raj Gupta, you answered this question. Okay, let me
Sure,
give let me give to Raj Gupta himself this question also. Let me see. Can you explain what elasticity means in economics?
Sir, I cannot tell precisely, but I can talk in a layman term, sir.
Layman term?
Can I?
Boliye.
So price elasticity, I guess, is the movement of the goods in the level of price itself, sir. That means, sir, it draws a conclusion on how the price movements are there as comparison to demand and supply.
Exactly. Same thing. What you said is right. Elasticity refers to the responsiveness of one variable to changes in another variable. For instance, when there are price increases for goods or services, consumers will often look for alternatives. For example, अभी देखिए हमारे मेरे को ये experience हुआ था. I'm sorry, I'm talking in Hindi. See what happened. I always used to charge my prepaid charge for 1 year only. So earlier, Airtel was giving at 1,900 rupees or so. But this year, when it became due, I found they have increased the price to 2,900.
Yes, a telecommunication company has charged significantly, sir.
Yeah. So the moment they increased it to 1,900, what was the next option for me to check up about other companies? And when I look into another company, Jio, in the market, that fellow is also charging same.
Yes, sir.
Or something more. And The next one, Idea Fellow charges still more higher than this. What about the BSNL rates? BSNL ka rate maximum kitna hai abhi? BSNL. Boliye?
Sorry, sir, that I'm not
No
aware
idea.
of.
Nobody has BSNL cell phone nowadays. It's no, but Kerala people must be having more of BSNL. Sweta, you have BSNL or Airtel?
Airtel, sir. BSNL actually giving a cheaper rate, but the net is very slow there.
Net
You
is
can't
very
get it every.
Oh,
The
acha, acha.
connection problems are also there. So everybody is porting to something else.
Very good.
If
Good.
you are getting range, then it would be a cheaper price.
Mm,
Now, yeah, now Soumya ji. Soumya ji, MCOM Soumya ji.
Yes, sir.
What do you know about game theory?
Sir, the game theory, sir.
Hmm.
Sir, game theory is a study of how competitive strategies and partnership means how the means it is a study of how competitive strategies and participant action can be influence the outcome of a situation. Means we
So-
see the other competitor what they are doing and we also change our strategy according to them. Sir,
Good.
this is game theory. Sir.
Excellent, excellent. Game
Yes.
theory, Rajat, listen. Game theory
Sure, sir.
is a branch of economics that focuses on the strategies people use to compete with each other. Employers may ask this question to see if you have any experience using game theory in your previous roles. If you do, they might also want to know how you used it and what results you achieved. If you do not have much experience with the game theory, consider researching some basic concepts. That is, the competition of, again, telecom industry only. Vodafone is accusing Jio and Airtel. And what happened when Airtel was having supermarket, there came our Jio and he started giving free offers and brought everybody into his fold. Thereby, the strategy is adopted for competition. Good. Excellent. Next question. So likewise, some of the both are taklif questions sab aa raha hai. What is your understand? Now let me talk to Rajat Gupta. Rajat Gupta.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, Raj Gupta. Raj Gupta, please tell me some of the points you said about geopolitics you were telling, about which
Yes, sir.
you said you are confident of. Why don't you share a few points relating to that? Please tell us.
Sir, can you please give me a context or any situation so that I can share?
Geopolitics, na?
Yes, sir. Any specific country or a situation so that I can comfortable to share with.
What is geopolitics?
Sir, geopolitics is I guess, sir, politics of a different of a country on the globe with respect to each other. That means, sir, how one country's relationship with any other country, and depending on that particular relation, he acts as per there or accordingly, sir.
Here it is given. Geopolitics explains how countries,
Yes, sir.
businesses, but I don't know, they have included terrorist group. I don't know. It must be territory groups also, I think so. Try to reach
sir.
their political goals by controlling geographic features of the world. We
Yes, sir.
call these features geographical entities. Geographical entities are the places, regions, territories, scales, and the networks that make up the world.
Okay, sir.
The four main types of geopolitics.
Sir, four types of geopolitics. I can say it is based on, sir, influence, economic might. There's locational advantages, and obviously, sir, there are soft powers to influence other
Excellent.
nations or countries, sir.
Yeah, you told it, but it is here termed differently. You can note
Okay,
down natural,
Yes, sir.
geographical,
Okay, sir.
geographical, socio-geographical,
Okay, sir.
activity related,
Okay, sir.
chrono-geopolitical.
Okay, sir.
That's all. These are the 4 classifications based on nature, based on socio, based on activity, based on chronological. That is chronological ka matlab,
One after another, sir.
10 years before, 20 years before, like that.
Okay, sir.
Good. Now, what is geopolitics of our country?
With respect to which country, sir?
Our country, India.
No, sir. I'm asking the sir geopolitics policy relating to which particular country, sir.
Acha, acha. Compare.
That is it.
Let us take Russia.
Sir, as we all know that, sir, Russia is a all-time weather partner, or you can say friend of India. Take example of when all Western powers and Pakistan has a conflict with India. That time only at that time Russian USSR were there. That helps the India in that particular situation, sir. In the latest Ukraine war, sorry, sir, Ukraine or Russia war conflict, being sir India is a big power or is an influential power in the geopolitical world. Although just to be more supportive to the Russia, he stays to be neutral on that all fronts. Although there is a lot of pressure from the West and the European country on India, but all thanks to Mr. Jaisankars and their diplomats and the teams effectively and continued buying Russian oils for the best economic interest for our countries, so that we can experience the prices level of the crude at moderated level. But still, I feel that prices of crude or say petrol, diesel must be some more lessened so that it can ease the general public of our country, sir.
In fact, this is the topic in today's or yesterday's newspaper, which says,
Yes, sir.
are the happy days of India over now with Russia? Because are there things going to change in the near future? Likewise, so many questions are being asked about this. This is also
Sir,
yeah.
Sir, I have not read, but by following the recent developments, sir, I can say there must be 2-3 reasons behind that, sir. As we are seeing that West and European countries are laying more and more sanction on Russia. By that practices, the Russia becomes more closer to the China. China being the economic might, second after the US, has a deep pockets and has their lot of interest. They have aligned with Russia. Okay, sir. And Russia has a better relation with India, so they also don't want to adversely impact their relation with India. So they try to balance a relation with India and China. But the fact that in China can provide the better leverage to them on many contexts, sir. Like the trade between the Russia and China is much more than India level. Second main feature, sir, I would say that China and Russia both have veto power in the UN, sir. So that any attempt made by the US, West or European country that try to isolate Russia on any front, China is there to block those attempts, sir. That I can presume, though I have not read that particular column, but with recent development, I can observe these things, sir.
Good. Now, so any other geopolitical point you would like to tell us?
Sir, if you give me any situation, then only I can tell, sir, because geopolitics is like an ocean, sir.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Now, let me read out to you the latest current affairs. I want Sweta, Soumya, Vinesh, everybody to follow what is this. This is, I am reading from the Business Standard.
Okay, sir.
Reading from Business Standard newspaper, briefing. What is the
Okay.
brief things they are telling us? Godrej buys Raymond's consumer product business. Godrej buys Raymond's consumer products business. And apart from this, I read one more news yesterday that some steps are being taken against Bournvita, because Bournvita advertisement says it is more healthy for children and all. It is misleading. Not only that, it contains 38% sugar. So they say it is more than what is required for the children. So that is another problem going on, another line. Then these are the things. Oyo turns cash flow positive for first time in March quarter. Swiggy partners with Apna to hire 10,000 gig workers from tier 2 and 3 cities. What is gig workers? Can anyone tell me what is gig workers?
I can,
Since they
sir.
are temporary workers.
Temporary, yeah. People do temporary business, and one person doing work for more than one company. I will work now for Karnataka Bank interview. Of course, for me, entire thing is same line of business only. But workers क्या करते हैं? कई सुबह स्विगी में काम करेगा, शाम को दूसरा में काम करेगा, दूसरा इंडस्ट्री में भी काम करेगा. See,
Yes, sir.
there are people who are software engineers who also do Ola driving or Uber driving, like that. So next one, AU Bank's credit card business will break even by financial year 25. Name of CEO Sanjay Agarwal. AU Bank का headquarters किधर होता है? Anybody knows? AU Small Finance Bank का headquarters किधर में होता है? AU Small Finance Bank. It is there in our अपरिचिता material में है. हाँ, but इनका headquarters किधर है? Jaipur.
Yes.
And you know, I am seeing from this, I think you are also seeing that it was founded in 96 and it has
Yes.
more than 30,000 employees. Maybe some of them directly, some of them indirectly. Most of them may be banking correspondents. Most of them may be banking correspondents also. Yeah. Next news I was trying to read for you. 1 minute. Is this one? What is this? This one, correct. Hinduja's offer to infuse 300 crore more in Reliance General Insurance. What is Hinduja's? Hindujas are doing what? Hindujas, I think they are the owners of Ashok Leyland. Ashok Leyland,
Okay,
that big vehicles manufacturing companies. Then Reliance Consumer, Udaan, these two companies partners for distribution of Campa beverages. Then thanks to funding crunch, India has not seen a new unicorn in over 6 months. Suna hai? This is a very relevant point.
Yes, sir.
India has not seen any new unicorn. What is a unicorn?
So unicorn is a company whose valuation exceeds $1 billion at a particular point of time.
Excellent. Good explanation. Very happy.
Thank you,
Good.
sir.
Then Adani Group aims to raise $800 million for financing green energy projects. What is green energy projects?
So
Hello?
green energy projects are related projects with renewable energy, or the projects that helps to reduce the carbon footprint of our mother nature.
Super. Sweta, you may not be knowing all
Thank you,
this.
sir.
Please note it. Can you repeat the answer? Yeah, can you repeat the answer, Mr. Rajat Gupta?
Yes,
Tell me.
yes, sir, yes, sir, I
Yeah.
can. Sir, green projects are those projects that are mainly related to renewable energy resources, and also the sectors and that helps to reduce the carbon footprint of the factories, I would say, on account of our mother nature.
Good. Next point. This one I don't follow. I'm leaving it. Next one. Microsoft cuts Surface accessories production as PC sales slow. You know, there is a product known as Surface. Yeah, I bought the first Surface from Microsoft way back in
Okay, sir.
2014 or so. But you know, it's a failure. They are not having mechanism for changing the battery also. And if I want to change the battery, they are asking $400. And it
Oh
was
my God.
it was bought for $400. They are asking
Uh,
$400. Useless company.
That's
Microsoft.
so expensive, sir.
Yeah, so expensive. Yeah. So likewise, next one, some other news I can read for you. Rajat Gupta has joined our meeting. I know. Then Economic Times, bank exam today. Akshay, good career, banking show. Economic Times padega?
Sure, sir.
Yeah. Economic Times may. Soumya, please read this. Find ways.
Yes. Find ways to grant social benefit to same-sex couples, Supreme Court tells Center.
अरे बाबा useless fellow. Oh, ऐसा बोल दिया.
Yes,
What to do? We can't speak anything on that. Let us then continue. Next one. Maruti Zips.
Maruti Zips passed a big milestone, but will it regain its lost mojo?
Next.
Wipro quarter four profit slips to rupees 3,074 crore.
Company declares.
Company declares rupees 12,000 crore buyback.
I don't know what
Axis
is
Bank
can anyone tell me what is buyback?
Sir, when the
Sir, I can.
company purchase their own share.
Super.
Shares.
Good. Yeah, when they buy back their own shares. Good.
Yes,
You
sir.
told rightly. Next one, Axis Bank.
Axis Bank post quarter four loss of rupees 5,728 crore. Net in NII jumps 33%.
What is NII?
Sir,
You are MCOM. You must tell me. Net
Sir, it
interest
is-
income. Net interest
yes,
income.
sir. Yes, net interest income.
Net interest income means, see, banks are incurring cost of funds for bringing deposits and raising money. This average rate of interest is subtracted to the average cost of interest they get from their loans. That is known as net interest income. समझ गया?
Sir, it is.
Yes.
Sir, it is like same about like net interest margin and sir, like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is like the same, sir. Or it
Yeah,
is
yeah.
different?
Net interest
sir.
margin, but here it is net interest income. Income wise. Income means amount.
Okay, sir.
Amount.
Okay, sir.
Margin means percentage. Yeah, continue.
Okay, sir.
Air India.
Sir, I have
Air
a
India
doubt.
seeks to
Yeah.
onboard more than 1,000 pilots.
One minute. What is Rajat's idea? What is Raj Gupta asking? Yeah.
Sir, in net interest margin, please correct me, sir, if I'm wrong. It is the net interest income from the deposit and advances minus interest to be paid to the depositors by total assets in 200 in percentage. Am I right, sir?
I am asking our Google uncle. Net interest margin reveals the amount of money that a bank is earning interest on loans compared to the amount it is paying in interest on deposits.
Okay, sir.
NIM is one indicator of a bank's profitability and growth.
Okay, sir.
How do you calculate net interest margin? net interest margin is equal to investment income minus interest expenses divided by average earning assets. As a matter of fact, the net interest margin formula can be used for both companies and countries. What is the net difference between NII and NIM? NII or net interest income is the difference between the income a bank earns from its lending activities and the interest it pays to depositors. That is in terms of amount. Whereas NIM or net interest margin is calculated by dividing NII by the average earning assets. That is NII calculate करने का बाद में नीचे में total assets को डालना है.
Okay, sir.
That is what it is. Now, Soumya was reading. Soumya, Air India.
Yes,
Air India.
yes. Air India seeks to onboard more than 1,000 pilots.
मतलब क्या है?
Sir, they means they are onboarding, sir, pilots in their, aircraft, means they are onboarding 1,000 pilot, more than 1,000 pilots.
Onboarding का मतलब क्या है?
मतलब sir, they are hiring the pilots.
Good,
Yes.
good. This time you told correctly. But instead of, when I asked what is onboard, you are telling onboarding. That is not correct answer. समझ गया?
Okay, sir.
Continue.
IPO aspirant OYO finally fills coffers with surplus fund.
Surplus cash. Yeah.
Sorry, surplus cash.
Mm.
Warrants gross HBO contents to be available on Jio Cinema. Adani
Baba,
aims to raise.
No. Hello, boys and girls in India. For you, 24-hour is not sufficient. Because इतना movies आता है आपको जियो सिनेमा में. I am telling like this because हमको envy है. हम इधर से कुछ नहीं देख पाएंगे. यहाँ तो Jio Cinema, though I have subscribed, it is not allowed in foreign countries. That's a problem. Yeah, continue. Adani aims
to raise 800 million for green energy projects.
Should you apply for
higher EPS despite gray areas?
what is EPS?
Sir, it is earning per share, sir.
Should apply for it is stating as if it is some job. Should you apply for higher EPS pension despite no clarity on certain issues from EPFO? An eligible employee can apply for higher EPS pension till May 3, 2023. Though the deadline is few days away, there are certain issues that still lack clarity from EPFO. In such case, should one apply for a higher pension from employees' pension scheme, despite knowing that there is no lack of clarity? I don't know, but something different which we don't know. Let's not bother about it. Now, Soumya, next one. Please read this. As backlogs grow.
As backlogs grows, Germany makes APS certificates digital for Indian students. This digital APS certificates will be issued in a secured PDF file format and are valid by a digital signature. The digital certificate will be delivered to you via your registered email address upon completion of the APS verification. The digital certificate has the same validity as the paper printed certificate and can be used for submitting document at BFS, the Germany embassy, consulted for student visa application, as well as at UniAssist and at German universities for the admission process.
What is APS certificate? APS certificate. Anybody knows? You are all students. You must be knowing it. These digital APS certificates will be issued to secure. APS ka expansion kya hai? Anybody knows? APS. Everywhere he is telling APS, APS only. APS, here it is coming. Academic Evaluation Center. I don't know. Even that is not correct. Students who have already received APS.
Okay, so this is actually the, it is a document which is used to confirm a validity of
degree.
like basically like an academic document. Yes, sir, a degree.
Like our certificate, degree certificate.
Yes, sir.
1 minute. Let us see Google uncle. Germany APS certificate. Academy Evaluation Center APS. An original certificate issued. What is APS certificate Germany? APS is a joint institution of German embassy and the German Academic Exchange Services. It exists in China, Vietnam, and India. The APS checks the authenticity of the education biographies and corresponding educational certificates. Okay, it doesn't matter. We don't need more than that. Thank you. And today's Sensex given is 60,649. All candidates before going for the interview, Sweta, Soumya, Rajat Gupta, Vinny, another boy who was joined today. You must always check up what is Bombay Stock Exchange Sensex, what is Nifty Stock Exchange Sensex, what is US dollar value, what is the value of gold per gram. These things you must know and then go for the interview. Could you follow, please? Is it clear?
Yes,
Very,
Yes, sir.
very good. Now, any interesting questions or interesting information would you like to share with others? Yeah. Anybody else, please? Yeah. Akshay Mogan, I have not made ready the material suitable for IDBI. I will do it within another 1 hour or 2 hours and send it to you. Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
And only thing is, when I give them to you, please don't share with your other friends and so that
Okay,
they
sir.
will not come. Instead, you ask them to join so that they can contribute like this and we can learn more during discussions. Actually, in my view, it is more than the materials I am giving you. It is only the experience you get in communicating to others that will help you succeed in interviews. Like Raj Gupta, Soumya, these people have had enough experience in communicating. Shweta is also improving. So that type of practice you must have in communicating, because all of us are good in our studies, but when there are two things. One, you know or you don't know. But if it is only you don't know, no problem. But you know, but you are not able to communicate. That is where the problem comes. That aspect of it can be sorted out by your participating in such classes. Okay. Akshay Mogan. Akshay Mogan, I really appreciate you because you came online today and you immediately joined for the program. You took decisions quickly. So this decision-making ability quickly is one of the tools for succeeding in life. If you are going to postpone things, then what that is known as procrastination, that will make you do things only in the last minute that may not yield better results. Now, can anyone talk to me on, all of you will talk to me on time management, 2 minutes. You will talk on time management skills of yours in 2 minutes. I will start with Raj Gupta because he is good in communicating. Raj Gupta, please tell
Yes,
me,
sir.
analyze your time management skills?
Okay, sir. Sir, in today era, uh, any person has a lot of work to do, and here is the importance of time management comes in the picture. Sir, if we go deep into the schedule of any person, we can see easily that how effective he or she is about their time management. Because sir, every person has 24 hours, and every person has the same opportunity to do use his time for his best. Sir, only thing that we need to just to prioritize the things that are most important to us at the first go and trickle down lastly. For example, sir, the things that are the high priority should be at number one. Then significantly we can lower down on the accounts of priorities. Um, Also, I do believe that in the normal days of our life, we do experience some setbacks, or you can say urgency, that are unavoidable in nature. But only with the practice of times and prioritizing the things, we can manage better. Sir, so here I think there is a not an issue of overburden of work in any spheres. The things is how we can use our times as per our priorities and as per our schedule. That matters the most. Sir, I would like to share the example of one uh, chapter from my favorite book, uh, Stephen Covey, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. So, sir, there he said that life of a person divides in a four quadrant: one, two, three, four. Sir, in first quadrant, he said that the urgent and priority work. First, sir. Second, sir, he told that urgent but not important. One is, sir, not important but urgent, and that not urgent, not important. So, sir, in first, urgent and important, we need to do it first. Sir, urgent but not important, like any emergency, we have to respond because we have no choice. And in third, sir, that is the most important, and he told that the sir that may not be urgent but important, like sir, exercising, working on our communication skills, and like sir, the habits of walking a kilometer or two for living a healthy life, sir. So it might sound that it is not that important right now, but if we cultivate these habits in a long run, definitely it will help to be a healthy human being.
Good.
And that's
Thank
all
you.
what
Thank
I
you.
said.
Thank you. We'll go to Soumya. Soumya.
Yes, sir. Yes. So time management is an act of planning our time, that is spending on various activities given importance, like how we manage our time efficiently. Sir, if we manage our time efficiently, we can do many things at the same time. And sir, by managing our time properly, we can achieve more. Time management can help us to grow more in our life with very less time. So, sir, time management technique is very essential for every human being to grow in their life. That's also.
So your internet is not all right. Sweta, you tell me about time management skills of yours.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
So we are in a fast-moving world. So we are pumped with so many information, so many tasks. So it is preferred we prioritize them so that we can manage our time. By prioritizing, we won't miss anything, and so that the future there won't be any problem also. So there are daily planners also, and previously we used to write down in the morning when we get up, we used to write down what we need to do so that we won't miss any task also. So in my experience, I have to do experiments. So sometimes the experiments will be conducted for 2 days. So we have to manage such a way that it won't affect the other person's experiment, or we should be available on that day and time. So it was necessary for me to write write down everything in the morning and then conduct the experiment. So that such a way I've practiced writing down everything in the morning so that I'll have a clear picture of what to do, what not to, and what to prioritize, so that the whole task will seem easy and doable also. And
Okay.
while you're saying the time management, the first thing we come this when we are children, we used to study the Kabir Das Doha. It says kal kare so aaj kare so ab. So we should plan such a way that everything will be done, and time is a valuable thing. We should value our time so that the others will value our value. We should value others' time so that they will value ours also. Thank you, sir.
Good. Now, Akshay Mogan. Please speak up.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
So what, in my very perspective, I think time management is actually part of a discipline which every single person has to follow, because planning is one thing which every human being should have in their life, because if you're not able to prioritize what you want in your life, and if you can't make up time for what you really dream of or what you really want to be, I think the end result will be like you end up like losing a lot of time, and ultimately it leads to failure. So this is time management is one thing which my father's ever actually have taught me ever since I was a really small child. He's never taught me about, he never told me about like you're supposed to score really good marks in your classes and you should do really well in exams. No, the one thing he always was really like sure about was like always manage your time, and being there on time isn't going to hurt anybody, or be or definitely it's not gonna hurt you or in while. And the one thing which every person should like I think they should manage to do is that like even like be there on time, because people value time, and punctuality is one of the key factors in a person's life. And people who are a person who values others' time will equally respect your time. So this is something which I've learned in my 26 years of my life, and I do believe in the saying that time and tide waits for none. Thank you.
Good.